Hello and welcome back. As always, my name is Leyzar and today we're going to do a bit of a different video. Now what I want to do is go through Artanis' talents. These are the talents from the PTR that just went live last night. I want to see what actual options we got, try to think of some builds for Artanis, what viable options we got, and try to figure out his actual playstyle. Keep in mind guys that this is with no actual predetermined gameplay experience. He is still not live and these talents are mined from the PTR, so they may still not be final. Now, I actually brought in Ani for this episode because I think she can throw in a different point of view, me being the more competitive player and Ani being the more casual player. So why don't you say hi, baby?
Hello guys.
Alright, so let's start off with going through his abilities. Okay, this is how it's supposed to be done, I guess. So blade dash, dash forward, deal damage. Look at the amount. Now I don't know the scaling on these, but look at the amount there. And then you will return and deal triple for that. Okay, so you see everything is times 3 there, the scaling and everything. See 125, yes. 375, 39. Alright, so the thing is, I don't see an unstoppable on this one.
No, you mean if he's stunned, he will not come back to...
Maybe he doesn't even get to the point he's trying to go. Okay, you say you dash forward. This is a skill shot, right?
Yes.
You dash forward. Okay, good. So if I get something like a Diablo knocking me with his Q,
yeah.
Alright, before I do anything, well, that's it. And that's a 10-second cooldown.
Or just an interrupt.
Or just an interrupt, yes, just any type of... well, actually, I don't think a silence is gonna do it. I think you need an actual displacing ability. Okay, this is not a channeled ability, you just need a displacement effect. Something like Joanna's Condemn, for example, can work.
Yes, I understand.
Alright, so this is worth noting from my point of view, okay? So you can get interrupted, and from the video footage we got, it does have some speed to it, okay? The actual animation, but not that much. I mean, a smart player can actually knock him out of it.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go to W. This is Twin Blades. Your next basic attack immediately strike the enemy 2 times. Now from, again, the gameplay footage we got so far, it's not really instant and it says immediately. Now, there's nothing here to explain. You just strike 2 times, so any buffs to actual auto attacks is gonna help you because, again, it's a basic attack that goes down. Okay, not a special attack, so this is basic damage. Now,
depends on his basic damage, actually. Depends a lot on how much damage he can put out. Yeah,
absolutely. And as we can already see, we got Season Marksman on level 1, but let's go through the abilities since we're here. Come on, mouse, stay there. Phase Prism. Fire a Phase Prism that deals damage to heroes and swap your position with theirs. Notice how this is plural. You see how this is plural? So let me get this straight. Again, another skill shot, okay? But a rather mediocre travel time from the gameplay footage we got. So plural. So let me get this straight. If I hit 3 enemies, they'll all swap with me?
If you...
Or does it stop in the first actual hero and detonates the actual effect then and swaps? Because it's plural. Okay, fire phase prism that deals damage to heroes. Okay, that can mean multiple. And swap your position with theirs.
You can't swap the position with 3 in the same time.
But look at the talent, that's what it says. But again, the wording might be off. Again, this is PTR and Blizzard is notorious for bad wording. So yeah. I don't know if I can actually swap with multiple. This is GG right here. If I can actually turn the whole team around, get something like a Gaslow's Gravel Bomb to put them all together, and then I E and swap them into something. Oh my!
And you move 3 people around.
And then with the Q, this can be really strong. Now we're gonna talk about ultis when we get to ultis. Now shield overload. If you take damage well below 50% health, gain an amount of shield, okay, a shield for 5 seconds. Your basic attacks lower the cooldown of shield overload by 4 seconds. So I'm already very interested in actual basic attack speed. Something, give me Rainer, give me Bloodlust, give me Symbiote on him. Because think about it. Oh wait, it's got a cooldown. Okay, so it's got a 20-second cooldown. Okay, so how many basic attacks? I need 5 basic attacks. That's what I need. And keep in mind that I still got Twin Blades. So I'm gonna get 2, so that's 8 seconds straight off the bat. If I got Rainer's buff, if I got a Symbiote and or a Bloodlust, this can be pretty strong. You can basically... I wonder if his actual tankiness will come from getting this shield up multiple times.
Stacking the...
You gotta just reduce the cooldown and, you know, while you're below 50%, so you can be like on 40% health or something like that and just be unkillable if you got a lot of actual attack speed, and reduce your cooldowns for twin blades and just keep rolling into shield overload. Just keep rolling into it like that. Now, granted, I don't know the scaling. Now, I don't know how strong this shield is. It might be just a crappy shield, or it might be strong, or it might be mediocre. I don't know. I can't tell about actual amounts at this point. But you could play him like that. I can already see him being played like that considering this. Now let's go to the first tier of actual talents. We're gonna go tier 1, first option, Cardarian Resonance. I don't know the first word, whatever, Resonance. If Phase Prism misses, reduces the cooldown by 8 seconds and refunds 100% of mana. Okay. So if it misses 8 seconds, what's the cooldown on this thing? The cooldown is 14 seconds. So if you miss it, you get a 6-second cooldown and you get your mana back. I don't like talents like this because I never actually go into a hero thinking...
Rarely happens to take a mana talent.
No, not necessarily about a mana talent, but it implies the fact that I'm going into a hero thinking I'm going to miss my skill shot. Okay, I can't think like that as a competitive player. Okay, I gotta think I'm gonna land that skill shot. The mana side, I can't tell. Because I don't know again if he's mana hungry, he's not mana hungry, how, if you actually need mana talents.
Well, okay. Assuming that a normal player might miss, or at least at start, this could be good.
Alright, let's go to the second talent at the first tier, Reactive Parry. Reactive Parry. Activating Twin Blades reduces the damage received from the next hero basic attack by 50%, can store up 2 charges. So look how this reads. Activating. Okay, you gotta activate it. You don't necessarily have to deal the damage. So you just need to press your W. And the next 2 basic attacks will stores up, okay, and deals 50% less. So this is basically block on command.
Yeah, but we are talking about blocking basic attacks.
That's what block does, the talent. The talent block, that's what it does, but this is on command.
Pretty much.
Like, for example, if you see a Rainer going on you put this on, you know, Rainer's most of his damage comes from auto attacks. You can actually activate this and I don't know, I honestly gotta play with this one a little bit. So this would be more tanky option. Let's see. Amateur opponent. Twin Blades deals 100% bonus damage versus non-heroic enemies. I really rarely ever am interested in actual pusher talents for warriors. Deals 100% versus wait, hold on. Non-heroic enemies. This means creeps.
Yeah, not
and
only
or
minions.
Mercenaries.
Mercenaries. Yep, something like Joanna's talent in the first... at the first level.
But again, this is for Twin Blades, for the actual auto attacks. Not for the dash, so it's not AoE, so a single target. So this would be good for what? Boss? The boss, right? This is what I'm thinking right now. It obviously depends. When the cooldown on this force... Oh my god, now I'm noticing that the cooldown on Twin Blades is 4 seconds. Wow. Okay. Again, I think I'm already, again, getting the feeling he needs to be played into Shield Overload a lot. And the final talent at the first tier, Seasoned Marksman. You should know this talent. This is a non-hero specific talent. For every 6 minion or capture mercenary kills near your hero, gain 1 basic attack damage. Hero takedowns count as free minion kills. I can already see him being worked around auto attacks into actual shield overload with plenty of spamming of Twin Blades.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my initial impression of him at least. I love it. Okay, I love it. He actually possesses some new kit. Okay, unlike Morales, who, don't get me started on that one. Alright, so I think Seasoned Marksman may be the way to go for him, especially if you want to pump up more damage, and considering that it looks like, at least at this point, that he's going to do a lot for his auto attacks and his Twin Blade, so this might actually be a viable option. I don't think the Resonance talent, I don't know, again, I don't go into an actual skill shot thinking I'm going to miss it. I never actually do that mentality-wise. What about you?
No, it's... no.
Alright, so Reactive Parry, activating... Okay, so this is more tanky. So this is more tanky, more damagey, more lane cleary, if you want. I don't know about the mana stuff, to be honest, guys. I gotta play him to actually know. This might actually be needed. I have no clue, but the cooldown on it's 14 seconds. I don't know. But yeah, I think Seasoned Marksman with actual Seasoned Marksman might be the best choice to have at the first level. Activating from hero basic attack. Yeah, for at least damage wise, Seasoned Marksman, and tanky wise reactive parry. Let's go to tier 2 or level 4. Shield Battery reduces shield overload's cooldown by 6 seconds if it lasts for the full duration. Hold on, what is the duration? Is it at 5 seconds? Okay, so it's 5 seconds on this thing. So how can it not last for 5 seconds? It cannot last for 5 seconds if it gets damaged down.
Yes. If you take heavy damage.
I don't know again how strong is this shield. I have no way of actually telling.
Well, it
maybe
says
Lily can sneeze and knock it down.
Look at it. It says gain a 984.
We don't know the scaling.
At start. At level 1.
Impossible. You get a 1000 shield at level 1. It's,
yeah,
like I said, we don't know the scaling. We don't know for what level these are. Hey, Heroes Nexus. How's about that? That would be cool, don't you guys think? So I can actually select the level and see the scales. That would be cool. Well, anyway, again, I don't like this one too much, to be honest, because it's very iffy. If it actually gets damage down, then my level 4 talent is practically useless. But again, if you're playing into shield overload, nah, it's not gonna. So when is this useful? When actually you take damage, but your shield still lasts and you manage to run away, or it gets popped by accident. No, I really don't like this one. Moving on, but again, I don't know. Moving on, Lethal...
Alacrity.
Alacrity. What the hell is alacrity? I have no clue. Increases blade dash range and speed by 30%. Here we go, baby. Here we go. These are the talents I like. Mobility, baby. So the range 30%, so a bigger skill shot, but more importantly the speed, giving your enemies less time to actually, we were talking about it earlier, interrupt you through some means, okay, for some whatever means, displacement effects and so on. So I like this one. I definitely like this one. Let's move on. And nothing else really to talk about this one, to be frank. The speed, actually, you know what? The speed actually would help with the coming back, because again, he deals triple damage when he comes back, not when he goes in.
Yes.
And it's gonna, at least at actual high levels of ranked gameplay, it's gonna take a day maximum 2 until people actually realize that all they gotta do is move to the side to get out of range. He can't really change the direction he's returning. He can only choose the direction he's going.
Yeah, indeed. This is gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. So I think this might be vital for him because of the actual movement speed, not necessarily for the range. Let's see. Chrono Surge. Hitting an enemy hero with Phase Prism grants 25% bonus attack speed for 4 seconds. Here we go, baby. Exactly what I wanted. Attack speed. Actual more basic attacks. Hitting an enemy. So all I gotta do is hit him with it. 25% bonus attack speed for 4 seconds. This is huge. Considering what I saw from his kit so far, this is huge. I'm seeing this as an almost must-have, to be honest. If you're building auto attacks on him into Shield Overload. Or what is it called again? Shield Overload. Yeah, I was right. Okay. And with the twin blades, yeah, definitely. I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. Moving on, Templar's Zeal. Blade Dash cooldown recharges 75% faster while you are below 50%. Why would I need this? Why would I need this? Because I'm gonna dash. Okay, so I'm gonna dash. Let's say I'm running away from my opponents. This is not, I don't see this as an actual escape, because again, I'm running away, I'm below 50%. Okay, I'm recharging, I got my Q ready. I'm gonna dash in a specific direction, okay?
Okay.
But then I'm gonna return. I don't think the return is optional. Okay, no. Because again, his Q ability says dash forward, deal damage to enemies, then return. Back and forward.
Unless you are interrupted and it works. An interrupt actually stops you from returning.
Yes, the idea, however, here was that I am running away from an opponent. He's gonna interrupt me coming back to him so he can kill me.
No, the idea, so it recharges 75%.
It recharges, so I was thinking, when would this be useful? Interesting. Okay, we're gonna have to think more on this one, to be honest, because I don't see it working out so good. I may be wrong. In an actual team fight, okay, you're in a team fight, you're below 50% health. I'm starting to think more and more that he's strongest when he's below 50 shield and all that, because of this. Because of this. Yeah, more. I need to think more on this. On an actual team fight, I can see this work out a little bit. Okay, next tier, tier 3 or level 7, Warp Sickness. Phase Prisms also slows the enemy's movement speed by 30% for 3 seconds. That's it, baby. Give me auto attacks, give me fast auto attacks, and let me stick on my target and make them wish they never logged on in the first place. That's what I want. That's what I want, Blizzard. Give this to me now. Yeah, I love this one. I love it. 30% for 3 seconds. Plenty of time to me to rip somebody apart or actually allow my team to deal the damage.
Yeah, that's the thing I was thinking about. Because maybe you can do a lot of damage or maybe not. Depends.
I don't know.
We will see.
I don't know how much damage can I do. How much damage can I do? That's the good question. But how many warriors do you know with season marksmen on them? I honestly can't think of one right now. There must be somebody. But
Warrior?
Warrior with season marksmen. He's a warrior.
Probably no.
See, here's the shield. Warrior.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Probably because we never used it, even if any of the warriors we were playing.
You don't really build a warrior for damage that much, except maybe Tyrael, Sonya, something like that. But even those, you gotta take some damage mitigation or sustain talents on them. Otherwise, you're gonna be paper thin and Kaprow. Goodbye now. Oh, I love this. I love this. I can already see my build forming. I can already see it forming. Okay, let's move on to the next talent. Solar Right Reaper. Did I actually... said that right? I don't know. Increases the damage of the first dash of Blade Dash by 150%. So just the first dash.
Okay.
The not coming back part.
More damage?
150% more.
Yeah.
It's a lot of extra, but again, it's for the initial one, which doesn't deal that much. The coming back part deals 3 times as much, but it doesn't pump up the second one. I don't know about this one.
Yeah, but sometimes you just need to go in
and finish. Yeah, think about it, because there's a little squishy running away from you. There's a little Vala with no mana to dash away, and I just want to kill her. Okay, that's what I want to do. So I Q into her, but that doesn't finish it off, and then I gotta go back because my Q ability pulls me back. I wonder if you can actually cancel your Q. That would be something. I mean, like, just use it to dash forward and just cancel the back away, but I don't think so. From what footage we saw,
Anobarak's Barrow charge.
We don't really have something like this, to be honest. This is new. I like it. So I don't know. I still don't know about this. I don't like it that much. Let's move on. Psionic Synergy. Let's see. Every time Blade Dash hits an enemy hero, it reduces shield over... Oh, baby. Look at this. Dash right through him. You dash right through him. Okay, while you're at 50%, because again, you gotta take into account this only works while you're below 50%. So I'm already seeing him, the actual tank side of him is gonna be below 50%, trying to max out that shield. Shield overload, shield overload, shield overload. Get shield, 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 and just frustrate the frick out of your opponents. Yeah, definitely. So you just dash through them, reduce 4 seconds. Every basic attack is another 4 seconds. W is gonna give you 2 almost instant basic attacks on a 4-second cooldown. I can already see him being played into shield overload, below 50% health, and frustrating the hell out of the enemy team. I can already see it. Well, at least that's what I think from these. And the last talent, Follow Through, a non-hero specific talent yet again. After using an ability, your next basic attack within 6 seconds deals 40% additional damage. You guys should know this one. This will synergize obviously extremely well with Twin Blades, okay? So you activate Twin Blades and then boom boom.
Yeah,
it's rather simple, okay? And considering the cooldown and your dash and your this will definitely, I think this will work very well for actual damage Artanis. Now at this tier, I like these two a lot, and this one. So I think these two are actual damage options. If you don't need the actual slow for your enemies, you might go into Follow Through, and if not, you might actually and if not, yeah, go for Follow Through. So if you don't need the slows, if you got slows on your team, you know, you can actually keep up with your opponents. Warp Sickness, if not, Follow Through for more damage. As for actual tanky Artanis, I think this is the way to go.
Overload.
Psionic Synergy, yeah. Go more into shield overload, stay below 50% and pump up shields like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And watch people leave the game. Alright guys, finally we are going to go into actual heroic abilities. Suppression Pulse. Here we go, the first actual heroic ability. Fire a large area pulse. from the Spear of a Doom. You guys know the battleship, the cruiser? Actually, I think it's a cruiser. Anyway, Spear of a Doom. Dealing damage and blinding enemies for 4 seconds. This has unlimited range. And from the gameplay footage, it has like a small wind up. Kind of like Nova's Precision Strike, the boom thing. Okay, how long does that actually take? Now, judging, I don't know about the numbers, but I don't think this will deal a lot of damage. The blind doesn't surprise me, considering Blizzard from the past couple of patches has kind of gone towards the more auto attack heroes, please, because the game is not easy enough as it is. Okay, so screw skill shots, give them auto attacks. They probably can right click the opponents, right? So I'm not surprised seeing the blind here. This may end up being a mandatory pick depending on the enemy team composition. What do you think?
Depends. Well, anyway, it starts at 60, right? It says 60 plus 10 per level. 250 should be at the
We can't
end.
really discuss the amount of damage. We don't know the scaling. I don't think it's that much damage. I think it's more about the actual blind, if more than anything. I don't know. This again might be mandatory depending on the enemy's team composition. We can't really talk about numbers. Don't know the scaling and all that.
Yeah, indeed.
Purifier Beam. Why don't you read this one, baby?
Target an enemy hero with an orbital beam from the Spear of a Doom. Dealing damage, of course. And damage per second for 8 seconds. So damage over time. The beam will chase the target as they move. Unlimited range, of course.
So both his actual heroic abilities got unlimited range. So you can be a bloody terror. Nova 2.0. Nova in the armor of a warrior. I love it. I love this one. I love the unlimited range, the being able to be a terror, because, well, it's a selfish reason. I am actually a very aware player of what's going on the minimap, and this actually works to my strengths and to players such as me. If you don't get actual minimap control, these will actually not help you that much. But I love them, I absolutely love them. Purifier Beam, so this will deal damage per second. You saw it brings down that little blue beam and it gives ice cream to that specific hero for 8 seconds. And it will chase also as they move. Now my question is, does the beam 100% stay on the enemy hero, or does it have like a lag to it? You know, like it's chasing slower, and the enemy it's got the actual movement speed of the beam. I don't know if it actually fixates on that specific hero, or does it like chase it? Because it says
target.
chase.
It says target an enemy.
Yes, but I cast it. I cast it on that target. But if that target moves, will the beam actually chase at a determined speed? And if that hero is too fast, will not actually reach him. Just chase him through the battlefield, you know.
Yeah.
And the question is, will it actually deal AoE damage as it moves as well? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Probably not. I don't think Blizzard would overdo it to make it this complex, because they like simple things. All right. So yeah, this would probably, I think this will be the go-to thing, depending on the damage of the first heroic ability. What was it? Suppression Pulse. And if the enemy team actually has a lot of auto attack heroes there. But I'm liking this one. I can't wait to play around. Anyway, I love the fact that both of them actually got unlimited range. Moving on to tier number 6. This is 6, right? No, this is 5. At level 13. First, Phase Bulwark. When Shield Overload activates, you take 50% less damage from abilities for free. It says when it activates. So if again you're building into Shield Overload with actually reducing cooldown on it, alright, with W for your auto attacks, okay, and what was the shield? Okay, and this one reduces your cooldown 6 seconds. No, not this one. More auto attacks, okay, more auto attacks. What was the attack speed one? What was it? I think this one? Yeah, okay, with Chrono Surge, yes, indeed. This can be extremely strong. You take 50% less damage from abilities for 3 seconds. Wow. When it activates. So it can, if you actually get enough attack speed and pump out shields like crazy, you'll not only take less damage, take damage to your shields, but also 50% less damage from abilities. Really? Wow, I don't know how this will work, but it sounds, I don't want to say the word, those 2 letters, okay? I don't want to say them, okay? I don't do that before I actually get to play a hero, but it sure sounds that way. But yeah, gotta play him. Gotta play him to know.
Can't wait.
Absolutely. Let's see. Triple Strike, next talent. Increases Twin Blades number of basic attacks to 3. Awesome, awesome. So instead of 2, you get 3. Now, it's not actually about the damage, but then again, if you build Seasoned Marksman, then it is about the damage. I think it's more about getting to Shield Overload's cooldown.
Yeah,
It will be extremely important to see how that amount actually feels like. Is it good enough? Is it bad? Is it not okay? Is it okay? It doesn't matter. Does it not? Awesome. Graviton Vortex, next talent. Phase Prism pulls and damages an additional enemy hero near the first. Okay. Okay, so my initial question now is answered. I thought I could get everybody from the wording. Maybe I don't understand English correctly. Fine, that's on me, no problem. So you cannot just... it's probably gonna stop in the first hero. Unless talented. If it's talented, damage an additional enemy hero near the first. Hold on. Post and damages an additional. So it doesn't need to hit both of them. You see this?
Yeah, you hit an enemy and
you hit one and one. No.
And it
addition damages. It doesn't hit. Damage an additional enemy hero near the first. So for example, I could throw a skill shot straight down the middle, hit a Vala, and Vala may have to her left a Rhaegar, and it will pull that Rhaegar in. I don't actually have to hit him with my E ability. I don't have to hit the Vala and the Rhaegar.
Yeah.
This will be interesting. This will be definitely interesting. Burning Rage, you should know this talent, non-hero specific talent, and if you're a warrior, if you're gonna be in the middle of it, and considering how this shield works and how this shield looks, you wanna be below 50% health. It's blindingly obvious to me at this point. You wanna fight below 50% health, and you're gonna be in the middle of things. So Burning Rage might be the go-to talent on this tier. Let's move on. Level 16, Shield Surge, increases shield overload shields. Really, Blizzard? Really? Alright, by 50%, but decays to the normal amount over 3 seconds. More tanky.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it decays over 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Well, then again, 3 seconds in a team fight is a long time.
Yeah.
I've seen team fights that lasted for 2, so...
Yeah, 3
you know?
3 seconds can be decisive in a match.
So what do you think about this? So increases shield overload shields by 50%, but decays to the normal amount. So you get 50 extra, and that extra goes away over
After
the amount
3.
of 3 seconds. But if you activate it just on time before the burst comes in, before like Kill Toss, Pyroblast, Ardent Hammers, big coconut thing, you know. Zealot Charge, while Twin Blades is active. Okay, so is active. So I need to activate and not hit somebody. Okay. You charge a short distance to... Ooh! I like these kinds of talent. This is like Rhaegar's jump. When he's in wolf form and he takes that little jump talent and he just jumps to the target, you see? You know?
Yeah.
Like he wants to deliver a newspaper or something. That's exactly what this is. Well, Twin Blade is active. Okay, so it's a gap closer, an excellent gap closer. I like this talent. I always love these types of talents, and it might actually be the little you need to get a kill on heroes which actually have escape abilities, something like a Vala Vault, okay, and you just have this activate, jump to her, boom, 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 bye-bye.
Yeah. A lot of times happen to...
And slow her with your, whatchamacallit, what was the slow talent with your warp? Yeah, I can see it forming in my head now. Titan Killer, next talent, Twin Blades, attacks against heroes deal an additional 2.5% of the target maximal health and damage a tank buster, huh? It's called Titan Killer, yeah, obviously. So this is a tank buster. Twin Blades attacks against hero deal an additional 2. Okay, so it's gonna deal a lot of damage to tanks. Enemy teams got a tanky IHP, not exactly tanky, but IHP team. Think Casmodan, okay,
Yeah,
for example, he's got a lot of HP, but he's not exactly a tank. Well, you can use him as a kind of like a fat barrier, but
of his dimensions.
His dimensions, that's perfectly placed, baby. That fat, when he gets in a bloody bush, nobody stands in the bush anymore. There's no room. Like you're in the bloody subway and a fat girl stands next to you, and then you want... Okay, anyway, let's move on.
So, more damage.
This is a tank buster. This is a tank buster, absolutely. Or IHP buster. Psionic Wound, and again, you might want to actually take that depending on their composition. They got multiple tanks, high HP targets, you might want to go for that.
True.
Psionic Wound, Twin Blades, Final Strike, so the second or the third, depending if you talented it, okay? Causes enemy heroes to become vulnerable for 2... Oh, okay, so this is a vulnerability for 2 seconds. Increases all damage taken by 25%. This does not stack with Tyrannus Hunter's Mark. This is the actual effect from this, as far as I can tell. And from Sylvanas' Shadow Dagger, okay, what is Cold Embrace?
Yeah.
Cold Embrace, okay. I've from what I know, the vulnerable stack doesn't... vulnerable debuff doesn't stack, so this is what this is. The final strike, it's not as reliable as Sylvanas' W, okay, just like that. But yeah, it could be the extra bit you need to actually finish a target. See, the problem with this one is a single target. You put it on one target, on one very important target. For example, you manage to jump on a Kale, okay, and you get the final strike onto him, and then basically if your allied team sneezes towards that Kale toss, it should die if it doesn't get assisted. And our final tier, let's take a look. Orbital Bombardment, the first upgrade, the upgrade to what is it? Suppression Pulse. So let's see, what does this do? Suppression Pulse gains an additional charge. Copy paste. Really? There is a 10-second cooldown between uses. Oh, so it's not like Nova's. Nova's like what, 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Something like 2 seconds.
Something like. I'm
okay,
not sure.
Between her precision strikes.
The first one and the second one, yeah. A few seconds.
Alright,
anyway.
This can be useful. Again, I don't know how the actual damage on it will be. The blind is dependent on the actual team composition, obviously. Okay, cool. Thanks, Blaze. We kind of knew this. Target Purified. If the target of the Purifier Beam dies, it automatically recasts on the nearest enemy hero.
No,
this
nice.
is nice, okay? If you actually finish him off with your Purifier Beam, then it will skip to the next hero. You can see this chain.
Yeah, if you have 3 heroes, all of them.
No, in a team fight,
health.
you put it on the lowest health on an actual team fight. It dies, it goes to the next, then you focus that one down. This would also be a huge mark for your entire team to focus a specific target. It dies, and then, well, I don't see the problem with it skipping to the next one, and to the next one, and to the next one. Why wouldn't it work like that? This is what it says. If the target of Purifier Beam dies, it automatically recasts on the nearest enemy hero. So all I gotta do is kill. Who says? The talent doesn't say a limit.
At least, not now.
Okay, I kill it. It has Purified Beam on it. Skip to the next. I kill that one. Skip to the next.
Well, let's see.
This is how I see it working.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
If it actually works like that, I mean, not. This at the very least is a huge signal for your entire team to focus a specific target. At the very least, if not anything else. This is how I see it working, at least. Alright, let me just... Bloody commercials. Alright, so let's skip up here. What do we got? Force of Will. What do we got? Force of Will. So increases shield overload's cooldown reduction from basic attacks to 6 seconds. Okay, so like I said, if you're actually building him into tanky, okay, if you're actually building him into tanky, okay, into your trait, you must have this. Increases shield overload cooldown reduction from basic attacks to 6 seconds. Normally from your basic attacks, shield overload, okay, 4 seconds, and it's got a default 20 seconds. Okay, so that's a 50% increase there. In the right situations, with the right buffs, this technically could make you have your shield up like non-stop. And theoretically unkillable depending on what your talent and again what buffs you got.
So it's just a matter of, it depends a lot of what's your situation at the end
If you
of
can
the game.
keep the shield up, did you talent it? Do you got reduced damage from actual ability damage as well? Because you can talent that into the shield. And can you attack that fast? And get your cooldowns on Twin Blaze that fast to get shield after shield after shield and time them correctly. You know, don't waste the shield. Nice, very strong, but this again is level 20, so I was expecting this Nexus Blades. Final talent, you should know this talent. This is a non-hero specific talent. Basic attack deals 20% more damage and slow the target for 1 second. If you build damage, obviously, if you build your Artanis into damage, obviously this might be the choice to have because again, Seasoned Marksman, Twin Blaze, and the actual talents that actually help with your auto attacks, this might be it, to be frank, okay, if you're going for actual damage Artanis. And well guys, that's gonna do it. That are all the talents. I already think I know 2 very clear builds for Artanis in which I will use them in my initial gameplays for this specific hero. My name has been Leyzar.
And Ani.
Thank you for watching, like, favorite, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for Artanis gameplay and much more, and we'll definitely see you again
Soon.